The quality is not there.
Okay, listen, thank you very much indeed. We've just heard from Andy. I hope your season looks up. Hope those young players, the experience of playing the Premiership helps you, get a run together and have something to build on. Terry is in Cardiff. He's an Everton fan who I gather has serious worries about the manager. How can you be worried about the manager?
His contract's up.
His contract's up. Okay.
Yeah, so his contract's up at the end of the year. I'm just a bit worried. We've probably had our best transfer window for the last 3 or 4 years. I just may think if we don't do something to tie him down before, transfer window really, I think he may decide not to stick. He made it feel like he'd be hitting a glass ceiling really now.
Do you know, with David Moyes, I thought
Hi, Robbie.
I thought he was the perfect fit for Spurs. David Moyes, I think he's
really?
Honestly, don't say that. You can really hurt his feelings.
No, before
here.
AVB. Listen,
no, tread gently.
No, what I'm saying,
you're walking on Terry's dreams.
David Moyes is for me what he's achieved with Everton. And
you're saying Tottenham are a bigger club than Everton?
I am saying that at Tottenham, he is going to get a transfer budget which is really going to test him to see if he is that top manager, which I believe and a lot of people believe he is.
Okay, well, listen, just got to say, text 85058, 85058. Please don't be a Tottenham or Everton fan, but just generally, in the perception of the football fans listening to this show, who's the bigger club, Tottenham or Everton? Who is the biggest club? No, I'm just saying, who now? They've both risen and fallen and fallen. Yeah. Who are the biggest club, Tottenham or Everton? Because I think your fears are unfounded, Terry, but that's just my opinion.
Terry, on Moyes, I think that looking across Stanley Park, if he'd have had the money Liverpool would have had, Everton would be realistic tenders for top 4 every year, no question. You know, they're looking 70 million quid on 3 players. Carroll, Henderson, Joe Allen. That's 60, 70 million quid on 3. If Moyes had anything like that transfer budget, I think he could do it.
What do you think it would take to? What else do you think it would take to tempt Moyes away? Do you not feel he's Everton? You know, he's got a strong bond with the club.
Oh, he has, undoubtedly. But I kind of think all this talk about Moyes going to bigger quotes now, bigger clubs is a bit rubbish. Like, if Spurs really wanted him, they would have come in this summer, but, they didn't.
Can I just ask you a question, Terry, then? If you were David Moyes, your contract's up at the end of the season, Everton offer you a new contract, right? Where realistically, you're not going to win anything. Realistically, possibly the Capital One Cup or plus the FA Cup. But you've got no chance of winning the Premier League. Let's be totally honest. There's no chance of winning the Premier League. Right? What, you think you can win the Premier League?
I'd say we get Champions League. I think that's a good building.
Champions League, 4th place chance, yeah. I give you that, but I'm talking about winning the Premier League, right?
Go on, answer Terry. Do you think you can? Do you think you can do that?
With building blocks, a few years of Champions League money, yeah, I don't see why we can't. If you look at our first 11, it's better than Liverpool's. I will gladly say that. It's better than Spurs. Honestly, there's like 3 or 4 that are probably better.
Well, do you know what, Terry? I'm going to be interested to see the neutrals are voting in their thousands. 85058. Which is the bigger club, Tottenham or Everton? In the perception of the neutrals,
I don't think it means bigger. What I think is, which I would say the question differently.
What would you say?
If David Moyes moved... Listen, I would say...
if David Moyes goes, he's going to go to a club that he feels is a bigger move. All I was merely saying is, I don't know. I see Tottenham and Everton as 2 really big massive clubs who've had fluctuating fortunes. They've got a massive, very, very loyal support who feel very strongly about the club. And I would wonder which would be the bigger club. But you know what? We shall debate this anon because we have to say goodbye to Terry in Cardiff. Okay, so Robbie really wants to look at goalkeeping blunders because he is... Doc Savage. Doc Savage. This is Doc